retaliatory tariffs.
Yeah, it really was a conversation over the weekend and part of this week as well and into the future. Matter of fact, it seems, well, very unlikely that few segments of agriculture are going to be immune to the impact of the most recent round of tariffs. Nearly 70% now of U.S. agricultural exports that are sold to destinations that are either active in negotiations or embroiled in trade disputes. And while pork and soybean producers are being hit the hardest, well, dairy, they're also feeling the financial pinch.
We've seen the markets as of today drop a full $2 a hundredweight as of this morning from where they were headed. There was a lot of hope being held out for second half of the year, not only on the farmer side, but also on the people that are funding the farmers on the bank side, right? If the markets stay where they're at, the dairy, the way that the milk is headed, we're going to have some serious issues.
Now, despite the bearish impact these retaliatory tariffs are having on producer prices, Brody says they haven't lost faith in the president.
We have confidence in what Mr. Trump is doing, but at the same time, he needs to realize where we are. You know, there is surplus trade deficit that can be taken up in ag, but it can't be at the American farmer costs. But there's a lot of guys that have been hanging on for 2-3 years already, and quite frankly, there's some guys that aren't going to be able to hang on much longer.
I've never seen a decline like this, ever. And I've been doing this 22 years.
Now, while just about every aspect of production agriculture has been affected by these tariffs, those hit hardest are soybean producers.
Exports are down 12% from where they were a year ago, and these countries are already looking to other suppliers. Argentina, Brazil, Ukraine, South Africa that supply these commodities, even if it's a penny bushel per less, that's where these countries are going to go.
And maybe the biggest impact of tariffs and a trade war are the uncertainties that result from them.
This is just, it's uncharted waters. And that outside influence of the tariffs have just, it makes the whole market very uncertain.
And with these latest Chinese and Mexican tariffs, our total pork tariffs are now at 62%. Soybean duties, they're at 40%. And this Thursday, Brittany, the USDA is going to release their July supply and demand report. Give us a pretty good indication, at least, of where we might be standing as far as the future impact of these tariffs.
Very volatile. He said it right there. Uncharted waters.
Never have had this kind of impact from one area. And obviously, a lot of politics involved. We'll see if they can resolve it in the near future.
All right. Thanks so much, Michael.